I know you all want an update, and all of the family has been called in, and really speaking very straightforward. It's not really a matter or a question of if, but when. And so we are, of a family, have gathered, and we want Dad's, is this what the Lord desires? We want his last days to be comfortable. We want him to be surrounded by his family. Matthew and I went to the hospital before we came to church this morning. Jennifer and Joanna and Mother and her sister Peggy, they're there. We want you to continue to lift up Mother in prayer. You can imagine how difficult this time is, and she only leaves the hospital to go home and clean up a little bit and get a quick bite to eat, and then she's back in the hospital. And so we want you to continue to pray for the family and to pray for Mother that she'll have strength. And as I said, it's sad, but at the same time, everyone's race is going to be finished one day. But when you know where the finish line is, and you know who's waiting at the end of that finish line to say, "Welcome home, thou good and faithful servant." And I know I'm his son, but I say this, and I am right. There has been no greater example of a good and faithful servant than my father. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. A man who lived his life for the cause of Christ. Mother said, she said just a couple of days before, thank you, before everything happened, she said he literally woke her up in the middle of the night and he was preaching. And she said the next night, the same thing. He woke her up. And she said, I just laid there listening to him as he was preaching the gospel. Because that's who he is. A preacher of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
A call to prayer. Jimmy Swaggart in his final days. We are deeply saddened to share that Reverend Jimmy Swaggart is now in his final days. As family, friends, and followers around the world prepare their hearts, we ask you to join us in lifting him and his loved ones up in prayer. Born in 1935 in Ferriday, Louisiana, Jimmy Swaggart rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most recognized evangelists of our time. With fiery sermons, a soul-stirring gospel voice, and powerful piano playing, Jimmy reached millions through his worldwide ministry, bringing messages of hope, salvation, and redemption into homes across the globe. He is not only a spiritual giant, he is also part of one of America's most legendary musical families. Jimmy Swaggart is the cousin of rock and roll pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis, rockabilly and country singer Linda Gale Lewis, and the late great Mickey Gilley, the urban cowboy himself. From gospel to rock to country, this family left an unforgettable mark on American music and culture. Through his family worship center in Baton Rouge and Jimmy Swaggart Ministries, he built a legacy rooted in faith, music, and a relentless commitment to preaching the gospel. His television ministry at its peak reached over 100 countries, and his gospel recordings, songs like There Is a River, Jesus, Just the Mention of Your Name, and He Touched Me, remain deeply moving for generations of believers. Jimmy's path was not without struggles, but through it all, he never stopped pointing people toward the cross. His ministry continues to resonate with those seeking healing, truth, and the hope found only in Jesus Christ. As he prepares to enter glory, let us come together in unity and love. Pray for Jimmy Swaggart's peace and comfort. Pray for his beloved wife Frances, his family, and the ministry team standing by his side. Pray that his final days are filled with the same grace he so often sang about. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Psalm 116, verse 15, may he be surrounded by the songs of angels as he prepares to meet the Almighty.